All right. Hey, everyone. My name is Mashmo Michael Lighter. I am super excited to welcome you to this live webinar. And this is an extension of what I do. I'm a podcaster as well as a media expert. And this is one of the foremost episodes of the Growth Code podcast. It's a metamorphosis of what I've been doing over the years. But right now, we actually want to give it a proper brand. We want to give it a proper trajectory. And we've come up with the name, the Growth Code podcast. And then all what we do on it is to share every information that can help you to grow in all spheres of life. Talk about your finance, talk about your academic life, talk about your career wise, and what have you. And it's so good to actually have with us today Mr. Abibulai Abdul Hamid. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation. We are so
Thank you.
glad join us today. Please, if you can hear us, please kindly drop in the comment section where you are watching us from. I believe it's actually a work hour, and that's why I put it on YouTube. People can actually go back and watch, and I believe that subsequently people that are watching, whenever you are watching, please do well to tell us where you are coming, where you are watching from, and if you have questions in the course of this presentation, you can do well to ask my guest of Abib Abdulhamid. Abib Abdulhamid is a tech enthusiast and also is the CEO of Prime Solutions Digitals. And I know him for a very number of time while I was in the North. And this is one of the people that have been amazingly well in the North, rewriting history, making it known that yes, something great can actually come out of the North. So I want to say thank you so much for the beautiful work you are up there. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
the
Thank you so
fellowship
much, Michael.
there. So how excited are you to be here this morning?
Morning, please. How are you doing?
How happy are you this morning?
Everything is fine, Alhamdulillah.
That's great. So without wasting much of our time, I would love you to tell people more of what you do.
Very good. Uh, Before we dive in, I would like to take a moment to reflect and condole on the family, friends, and Nigerians over the death of our late President Muhammad Buhari. He has been a very integral part of Nigeria for quite a long time. No matter what the people will say, uh, there are three qualities of him you can't just ignore. One is integrity. Second is patriotism, and the third one, which is the most important one, is discipline. General Muhammad Buhari has been disciplinary and exemplary character for the Nigerian people. So losing him to the cold hands of death is indeed a loss, not only to his family, friends, and well wishers, but to the country at large. So I condole with the family, friends, and everyone of the Nigerian people on his demise. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant him highest abode in Jannah. So what we actually do after that is that we are looking into the future. There is a future ahead of us that we have to look with a very, very inquisitive eye about the future of digital economy. With the emergence of Web3, the future is looking much more brighter, especially for Nigeria, with the amount of people, the number of population that Nigeria have, the human resources, and the mineral resources Nigeria has. It has the potential to thrive in this digital space. So looking at that, we see there is no need for us to back down. In fact, it's time for us to actually take the evangelism to the people so that people can be able to know and understand exactly where the world is headed. So, in my own perspective as a digital solution expert, I find it very, very important. In fact, to me, it's a sacred duty to actually speak about this particular dynamic change coming in our way. We have to be really, really prepared for this. We have to make sure that we are fully inculcated into the ecosystem, understanding the ecosystem, and being able to leverage the ecosystem for our economic growth, development, and sovereignty. So
Thank
this
you very
is what
much.
I do. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Abdulhamid. That is quite comprehensive.
Thank
Very
you.
great. And that will take us to what we're going to be exploring for today. Basically, we want to explore the impact of Web3 on the digital economy. And you have heard what
Definitely.
Mr. is actually an expert in that regard. So, before we go deeper, I believe this conversation is going to span for a couple of minutes. I hope we'll be able to take some of the questions, basic ones, genuine ones that I have right here. First, I would like you
Okay.
to educate are listening to us. When we're talking about Web3, what
Yes.
exactly by Web3?
Very good. Web3 is exactly next evolution of the internet. Uh, from what actually happened back in the 1990s when internet was initially uh, created, it was only a single way internet. What I mean by a single way internet is that you can only be able to go and browse web pages without having an input in the internet ecosystem. So due to that, the internet was less engaging. So there are no much engagement. You can only go there and browse sites and come back. That is the web one. So in the early 2000s, then web two emerged. When web two emerged, that's when there is a creation of Google, Facebook, Twitter, and some social media platforms where you can be able to engage, but you can't actually benefit from that particular ecosystem because the whole data and everything is being controlled by the companies that are collecting your data. So with the emergence of Web3, there are opportunities, quite lots of opportunities, because that brings the power back to the people. The people can now be able to create, interact, and earn. So that gives a lot of edge and leverage for the people. Through that, people can be able to create a particular kind of economy that is digital through cryptocurrencies and blockchain. So before I actually elaborate more, I would like to simply explain what is cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is a digital money, a money you can be able to spend uh, digitally without middlemen, without interference of centralized
You're
bodies.
almost answering my question. Please let me interject right there. You're almost answering my next question. I would love you
Okay.
to what decentralized society. All right. What
Yes.
exactly decentralized society? And then you can come up with that crypto information.
Definition. All right. So actually, so Web3 is all about next evolution of the internet where people can be able to actually interact, learn, and earn. There are a lot of facilities that are involved in Web3, from gaming to finance, healthcare, and education. So a lot of things can be inculcated into the Web3 ecosystem that giving people the opportunity to learn, to earn, and interact in a more comprehensive and be a benefiting way, actually.
All right. So you're talking about crypto. You can go ahead with that.
Very good. So in this regard, what actually is there is that cryptocurrency powers the whole Web3 ecosystem because through cryptocurrencies, we can be able to create digital value. If we can create digital value that can be used to actually exchange value, then definitely that is an economy on its own. So it's a digital economy. And through that, there is a technology basically called blockchain, which is the most secure technology the world has ever seen. And those cryptocurrencies are built based on blockchain technology. So through that, a lot of people can be able to actually interact securely transparently and immutably. That gives the edge people need for a lot and a lot of things, especially with the issues of corruptions and bureaucracies. So there will be very, very much higher rate of government intervention directly to the people without a issue of corruption or hindrance. In fact, a lot of political issues are making this unreliable in the other centralized systems. But through Web3 and blockchain, there will be a very secure, immutable, and transparent ways of interacting in the digital economy.
Amazing, amazing.
Yeah,
So
great.
you've been speaking kind of terms. So I want you to explain how Web3 can help regular people, not just tech enthusiasts, not just tech experts, not just investors. So we have
Yes.
people, regular people. In what way will Web3 impact or affect their life positively?
The way that can happen is through the blockchain projects. For Nigeria now, for example, Nigeria can be able to create its own blockchain project that it can be able to allow its own citizens interact with the blockchain, learn from the blockchain, and earn from the blockchain. And through that, there can be provisions for a lot and a lot of utilities that can be able to be used by the Nigerian government to actually impact the citizens' lives directly without bureaucracies or middlemen that can be able to hinder the same interventions that can go straight to the people. And through that, people can be able to have their own voices voiced out through the blockchain and the internet and Web3 technology, and they can be able to actually engage, having a meaningful and engaging conversation with the government through the project the government already created and have in place. So through that, each and everyone, even the regular daily people, can be able to engage in the ecosystem and from the ecosystem without having the technical knowledge they need. The only thing they need is their own smartphones. Because if we can be clearly expressing, Web3 is all about the smartphones in our hands. If you have a smartphone, you're already in the Web3 ecosystem, either you know it or not. So the only thing now remains is for you to actually understand how to leverage the mobile phone and the smartphones on your hands to be able to engage in the ecosystem and from the ecosystem and learn from the ecosystem, because the same ecosystem is self-sustainable and it can be able to generate a lot and a lot of revenue streams for the people and for the governments too, because there can be creation of digital marketplace, NFTs and other things for people, so that people can be able to engage and interact directly in the ecosystem and also earn and learn from the ecosystem. So
All right.
this will be a universal issue actually.
I actually want us to speak quickly on the hindrances that can be in the way of actualization of this Web3 that can contribute to the growth of our digital economy. You just make of smart the way to have access to what to do. But the people remote areas, the people that are underserved, don't you see they are being cut off from the potential that can bring change and transformation to our economy? What's your take on that?
So you mean the local people would lackness of
Yeah.
access to exactly smartphones, right? So if the federal government can be able to implement this project, there will be a most easiest way of using the USSD network platform. Through USSD, people can be able to also engage in the ecosystem. That will give them the edge and the leverage they need to participate. Because in the Web3 ecosystem, it's actually a divided ecosystem where you can be able to design a project based on your own people and how you can be able to reach those people. One of the most important and undeniable factor of the Web3 ecosystem is that it has to be inclusive. Inclusivity is the point. If you are building a project, you must create the means for people with the lack of access to exactly what is needed so that they can be able to access what is needed. So USSD offers that solution. We can be able to create USSD solutions that can help people engage in the ecosystem, recording each and every interaction on the USSD network and transferring it direct into the smartphone ecosystem. So that will solve that problem, especially with the land-to-end project. If that can happen, uh, you can be able to create USSD project that can be able to help them and while learning through the USSD ecosystem. And also there are language modules. For you to make this successful, actually, you have to create a project in a user friendly language and user comprehensive language so that users from remote areas, who especially in the northern Nigeria, where users don't actually understand the English language comprehensively, so you can be able to create the project with Hausa language. In fact, Igbo, Pidgin, and other nationally recognized languages. In fact, even people that are of minority from Nigeria, you can be able to create the project based on their own languages too. So it's kind of a very, very elaborate and comprehensive ecosystem. It will help people engage in a way the government sees fit for the people to engage. And with our expertise in this, we can be able to help the government actualize this dream by providing the tools needed to make it actually happen. We can be
I
able
mean,
to inculcate a language module that can serve each and every locality so that they can be able to interact and engage in the ecosystem, giving
all
them
right.
the
Yeah.
edge to do that.
Thank you. But before we move ahead, I still want us to talk about uh, some point that can actually help bring results or actually bring this idea into fruition. So,
Yeah,
what are the structure? What are the basic infrastructure? One of it is the smartphone that you have just made mention. What are some of
yeah.
some other infrastructure that must be put in place to ensure that the project of Web3 is a successful one? What are the basic infrastructure? Do you think we have? If we have it, you can mention them. And if we don't have them, you can probably make some recommendations as an expert on basic infrastructures that must be put in place to ensure that the Web3 as a whole is accepted and then utilized in Nigeria.
Very good. So actually, the basic infrastructures are already in place. So that's one of the sweet thing about Web3. There are already standardized and recognized blockchain networks in the world ready to help developers to actually develop on those platforms. We can also create our own blockchain technology on our own as a Nigerian or as a particular community if a community is willing to actually create. So through that, the infrastructure is already in place. So what is needed is the engagement. If we can be able to create, because like Ethereum network and the Solana network and the Tone network, which is called the open network, there are networks or of blockchain already there seeking for partners, people, and engaging communities to come and build on their own networks so that people can be able to engage in the ecosystem. So, in terms of infrastructure, actually, there are a lot of infrastructures in place. In fact, there are some I couldn't even mention or remember actually because there are hundreds of blockchain networks who are already established and standardized that we can be able to leverage on and work on them and be able to build on them and make meaningful projects that can impact the economy and the entire Nigerian people at large.
All right. So let's talk about the level of awareness about Web3 ecosystem as a whole. I'm going to
Yeah.
ask you two questions in this regard. First, are you satisfied with the level of awareness when people hear about Web3, are you satisfied with the level of awareness? Number two, if you are not satisfied, what can be done to ensure that you know we increase the level of awareness such that people will embrace it and then people will see the potential and welcome it?
Very good. Actually, in terms of awareness, there is a very, very low awareness, definitely. That's why we try always to bring about the awareness to the people so that people can actually understand exactly where the world is going. You see, the reality here is that this is an emerging technology, and we have to make people understand exactly where the world is going. In some few times now, this will just all be history because people will now truly understand what is there. But currently, people don't have a lot of people don't have clue. So this is where we all come in because this is something that is coming and it is coming very, very fast. The world has already moved, and the problem we actually face here, looking back from history, is that a lot and a lot of evolutions happening in the world were happening without uh, people here actually knowing exactly what is happening. So, in this regard, we want to play a very, very crucial role. And that role is to make sure people actually understand exactly what is happening and how it is going to happen. The world is fast evolving, it's moving very, very fast. Because if you look at America, for example, the speed at the way America's economy and digital transformation is moving is in a speed of light. Due to that, recently the president of America, Donald Trump, signed an executive order to actually be reserving cryptocurrencies, more especially Bitcoin, because with Bitcoin, there is a possibility of potential growth in the near future. So if that is the case, Nigeria also should be able to actually actualize such a dream, because each and every dream that a sovereign country, a world superpower country like America can be able to pursue, that actually tells you that the world is moving into that particular direction. Because anything that you can see America actually investing in, you know that there's a future in it. Because this is exactly what has been happening for quite a long time. So if we can be able to understand the trend of the emerging technology through looking at world countries like America and other countries like Russia, Dubai, and emerging economies, that yes, they are doing this, they are investing in this, that shows you that it is time for us to also invest in that so that we can be able to leverage it. So the first thing first is to actually make sure the awareness is at a peak level. We are doing this, and that's why we are doing this. And to do this, we will soon launch our own minimum viable product to engage people into the Web3 ecosystem, show them how the ecosystem works, and make sure they engage in the ecosystem so that they can be able to fully understand and grasp the concept. The reason why we've started awareness is to make people understand this. But to make them understand it comprehensively, we need to have our own product or project on ground so that they can be able to see, yes, this is it, this is how this is done, because you learn mostly by practicing. So if
I
you
mean,
can be able to engage, practice, and be part of the ecosystem, you can be able to fully grasp and understand the concept. So this is in place, and we will very, very soon launch our own minimum viable product that can be able to allow people engage in the ecosystem, understand the ecosystem, and be able to leverage the ecosystem the way it should be, in the way that it can help the country and the people thrive.
thank you very much. Can help the country would thrive. That's a very lovely one. Still
Yeah.
on that, still on that, I want you to be specific now. In what three ways has Web3 working? If you can give examples of ways Some persons, when we talk about this emerging technology, they are skeptical, and you can never doubt them. Some of them, anyway, we know the spirit of Nigeria, and some of them, as a result of greed, some of them have been duped. So many times when they hear things that are coming online, some of them are very skeptical. So I would like you to
Exactly.
mention 2 or 3 ways that Web3 has been useful to the growth and development of human. If you can cite example, that would be very great.
Very good. So actually, to make this more easily understandable, uh, there are a lot of projects on ground, but I will make one point clear. Majority of Nigerians, when we talk about Web3, they look mainly on mining perspective. Mining is just a project that you can do to earn money. But the reality of all this is that what aim and why is a particular Web3 project is built? Because a project without sustainability is a pump and dump. That's what we call it in the crypto world. Pump and dump. The money will be invested in there, but actually, for you to be able to make the ecosystem sustainable becomes very hard. So this is the problem, because majority of Nigerians now, when we talk about Web3, the only thing that comes into their mind is we will get money. We will get money. We will get money. Of course, money is part of the process, but money is not the entire process. To earn in this ecosystem, to thrive in the ecosystem, and to sustain the ecosystem is another thing. You can earn, actually, money is the main reason why we are talking about Web3, because it's all about a digital economy on its own. But the thing is, if you can be able to mine particular coins without those coins having utility, definitely you are just wasting your time. If you have a particular coin that cannot be of any value or any use, definitely that is a waste. So if we are talking about Web3 and similar examples, I will cite one example right now. That example is Pi Network. Pi Network has been there since 2019. We mined, in particularly I've mined Pi Network with over 4,000 Pi coins right now. That is worth a lot of money, actually. But even after the Pi Network is mainnet is launched, there is a way the Pi Network wants to build the whole ecosystem. What is that way? Utility, utility, utility. Because if you can be able to create a digital economy that has no any utility value, definitely it is not going to work. But if you can be able to build a project and a coin that has the utility to be able to serve and solve the problems of everyday transactions, that is way, way more better, and that will make it really, really sustainable. So right now, as I'm talking to you, just of recently, after the Pi Network main launch as of a few months back, the Pi Network invested $100 million to actually create utility in the ecosystem, because that investment is specifically designed to make the Pi Network sustainable. If you can create a coin without utility, there is no point in creating it. That is why a lot of projects in the, especially Tone ecosystem, in the Telegram ecosystem that were done, mostly they will give money, but the project has no capacity and capability for long-term success. For you to build a long-term successful project, you need to create the utility for it. You need to create the way people can be able to engage, keep on earning, utilizing the ecosystem, keep on earning and utilizing the ecosystem. That brings sustainability. If you can be able to do that, definitely we will create a long-term project that can come in centuries to come, except it's going to be upgraded over time and other things. So this is exactly the point.
Thank, thank
That's
you
great.
very much for that. You have laid foundation for my next question. And my
Okay.
next, yeah, how can young people in Nigeria and in Africa start benefiting? You just make mention of one, and part of what you're doing is actually education, which I totally agree and accept with. You know, When you don't educate people, they will just take the wrong perception. And once they have the wrong perception, they will not be able to do the right thing. They will view
Thanks.
it as evil or as something bad. So, in
Yes.
what Nigerian youth start benefiting from three?
Very good. The reality is that Nigerian people have already been benefiting from Web3 actually, but not all Nigerian people. Uh, Only people that have been able to engage in the ecosystem for quite some time. Because if you go online, search on Web3 testimonies, you will hear a lot of Nigerians testifying that yes, we've earned a lot through Web3. It's an ecosystem that requires learning. It's an ecosystem that requires learning. And with the way people now perceive, most especially uh, digital economies or digital projects, is alarming. So if we can be able to solve that, we can be able to actually engage people. So to make this more clearly understandable, if we will build this ecosystem and people and build the trust of the people in the ecosystem, this has to come from the Nigerian government. Nigerian government should be able to actually make the awareness clear and also invest in awareness. Because if Nigeria can be able to invest in awareness, I'm telling you, within no time, Nigerian people will be able to understand that, yes, this is exactly this. The problem Nigerian people have is that Nigerian people have been duped, have been scammed, and have been cheated like countless of times by a lot of people. So for this to work, Nigeria has to actually open the page and let the people understand that yes, this is an evolving ecosystem, this is an emerging trend, and this is the future. So if this is the future now, we are championing this cause. We are trying to let you understand that yes, there is a future in this. Let us come together as a Nigerian government and the people, because there is no government without the people, and there is no people without a government. So for this interconnected uh, relationship, the government should now build its own uh, awareness, letting people know that yes, we can be able to do this, we can be able to do this. Don't do this, don't do that. These are the do's, these are the don'ts in the ecosystem. Try to know what you are doing, try to understand what we are doing. Let us all work together and build a project that can sustain us all together. So this is one of the ways actually.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, it is also a continuation of what you have also established, but I would like it to be expressed while answering these questions. So, when you don't have the right mindset, you will abuse a lot of things. You'll be seeing things from a negative point of view. So, when we're also talking about Web3 and blockchain, people will usually think you need billions and hundreds of thousands of naira to key into it. So, I want to put it to you right.
Yes.
So I want to put it to you now that do we need a huge amount of money to get started with Web3?
No, absolutely no. This is one of the most important and beautiful things about Web3. You don't need money to start Web3. If you can have, like for Nigeria now, for example, if Nigeria can build a particular project, the only thing Web3 needed is for people to engage in the Web3 ecosystem. People don't need to invest, people don't need to actually put money in there. What is needed is to actually engage. Engagement is the bloodline of Web3 ecosystem. Because to make this more elaborate, I will tell you the whole Web3 ecosystem is a digital gold on its own. When I say a digital gold, is that each and every day Nigerians use their own money to buy data. The same data they use their own money to buy, what do they use the data for? Mostly social media, business, and that's it. Mostly. So that same data is the gold in the digital world, in the Web3 ecosystem, because the traffic being generated in the ecosystem is exactly what brings in the money. the traffic generated is exactly what brings in the money. You getting me? So the people are already engaging, people are already investing without even them realizing that we are investing in this. So some people that actually get paid by social media for content creation and other things, they are being paid under the Web3 platform. And people that are being paid for YouTube videos and other things also are being engaged, paid likewise. So you see, it's an already existing ecosystem that only requires what? Engagement. So if one creates content and people go and watch the content, then he gets paid. So if he gets paid, that means he is paid under the Web3 ecosystem. So, but the reason why blockchain comes in here is that through blockchain, digital coins and tokens are created so that people can be able to exchange value. This is where blockchain and Web3 interconnect. So, and through that, a digital economy on its own is built. Because if people can be able to create those same tokens and coins, they can be able to transact and exchange value, then the whole ecosystem now becomes complete. So what is needed is not actually monetary investment, is an engaging investment. You engage, you learn, because previously there were projects that are tap to earn, play to earn, and other things. You can play games in the Web3 ecosystem and earn money. You don't invest there. You only engage with your time, your data, and everything to actually engage in the ecosystem. So if that is the case, absolutely, money is not the main factor. What is needed is engagement. So if Nigerian country can create its own Web3 or blockchain project, the only thing it's needed from Nigerians is engagement. Nigerians don't need to invest a dime in this. They only need to engage in the ecosystem, understand the ecosystem, because for a project to actually happen, you will need to build it based on a particular issue. It should also be inclusive and secure for the people. So for Nigeria now, for example, if Nigeria wants to create a project, it should create a project based on national interest, a project that can be engaging and help the people learn exactly why Nigerian government is trying to build a project. Maybe Nigeria, for example, now Nigerian government wants to build a project based on patriotism and voluntary service, so that Nigerians can understand that for you to actually help your country, you have to be patriotic. So it will bring about lots of learning modules that will help Nigerians learn, and through that learning, Nigerians will still earn the tokens that will be shared in the Web3 ecosystem. So you can see it's a very, very simple and
Amazing.
understandable ecosystem that you can be able to engage people with and allow them to be part of it.
Of our learning environment and improving our educational standard. Is that
Exactly, exactly.
please let me quickly go to the comment section. I want to
Okay,
appreciate some of these persons. Yes, we have Ibrahim Adamu Aliyu, who gave us a
that's
thumbs
great.
up for following us. We
This,
appreciate you for following.
thank you so much.
If you have a question, do well to drop it. And also, yeah, we have Abubakar Banye. Yeah, we equally have Abubakar Banye. He gave us a thumbs up. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thank you for
That's
joining
great.
us. Watching us. We appreciate. All right. So I can see some other comments. Yeah, I
Great.
can see some other comments. Yeah, just a minute. All right. So yeah, here is Abdul Musa. Well done, Abib, for taking us to the next level. Thank you,
Thank
my
you so
team,
much.
for the support always. You are the best. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. All right. I think there's still other comment there. Yeah, just a moment.
It's
Yeah,
all right.
just a moment. Beg your pardon. Okay. So we have Afsat Bindawa. Yeah, Afsat Bindawa said we are doing amazingly well. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Sean, this to tell us that we are not alone. Okay, you are making impact.
Yes,
Please clap for your.
absolutely. I appreciate, we truly appreciate each and everyone in this webinar. You are highly
Yeah.
welcome, and we appreciate you so very much.
Yeah. All right. So a very quick one, just two more questions, then we'll call it a day on today's episode. We believe next time we'll be able to bring you on board to come and share more light.
Exactly.
Just like there's a need to create more awareness so that people will become, knowledgeable. They will know what is the need and how they can also participate. All right. So,
Yes.
dangers, anything that you've mentioned it partly, but people still, I want you to allay the fears of those that are watching and those that will be watching subsequently. Are there
Okay.
dangers of being careful when it comes to Web3? What are the potential threats? What are the dangers that people should be mindful and careful of whenever they are, probably investing or participating or engaging in Web3 projects?
This is very, very important and a timely question. Security is the first priority in Web3. Security first. Normally in our own industrial areas, we say safety first.
Right.
So likewise in digital ecosystem, security first. You have to secure your data. You have to make sure that you don't just go around uh, I mean, putting your passwords everywhere, disclaiming your details everywhere. No, in the Web3 ecosystem, uh, it's a digitized and secure ecosystem, unless you compromise yourself. So I will call on people. This is truly, truly important. Security, except when needed by your own wallet provider. You cannot be able to disclose your wallet passphrases, your security, and your passwords to anyone. These three essential key security components are very, very important. That's why even when you go to register your wallet, you will be told that do not disclose. Sorry, maybe my light is dimmed, right?
It's dim a little bit.
Yeah, but just give me a second, please, and I'll work on it. So,
No
my
problem.
audience, please, I'm truly sorry for
It's
this.
still bright. It's still bright. We
It's still
can
bright,
still
right?
still
Yeah,
bright
but
some.
this will take my time.
Yeah, there's no problem. Okay, you can take your time. I will just give an intermission. Please take your time
All
and fix
right.
it. Yeah.
So I think I will go with this because this has failed to work actually. But right now, how
Okay.
about my lighting right now?
Yeah, it's
Not too
fair.
bright actually, right?
We have less than 5 minutes to wrap up. Yeah, it's okay like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think this will work.
yeah.
Uh, all right. So in terms of security, it's very, very important. You have to be very, very sensitive about your password, wallet passphrase, and security questions. These are very, very important. So in this ecosystem, what you need actually is security. If you can be able to secure your own personal and secure password and other things, then you don't have any problem in this ecosystem. You have all it takes to be secure. The only way you can be able to be compromised is through you disclosing your own security measures. If you do that, then no one can be able to help you actually. So this is one fact about it actually.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank
So
you.
in the next 5 years, where do you see Web3 and blockchain technology in Nigeria? What's your vision for blockchain technology in Nigeria?
Actually, for me, in the next 5 years, what I am seeing is rapid growth. Rapid growth. If we can be able to, in fact, I will tell you one secret. If Nigeria can be able to build its own blockchain project right now, I'm telling you, in less than 3 years, Nigeria will champion the emerging digital technology in Africa. This is one fact I am 100% certain about. If we can be able to build, because in this ecosystem, what the ecosystem needed is community. Nigeria has the human resources to actually build. So if Nigeria can be able to build on its own, then Nigeria will champion this, not only in Africa, but in the entire world. Because that is the problem. Because majority of the world doesn't fully grasp the concept behind Web3. But Nigeria, with the varieties of talents we have, and the ideas we have, and the potential and the human capital Nigeria has, Nigeria can be able to leverage this and champion the cause of the emerging technology. So my call for Nigerian government is to actually take a very, very good look at this, have a clear and understanding roadmap on its goals on Web3 project, and be able to create its own project. If Nigeria can do this, Nigeria will definitely thrive and Nigeria will definitely champion the cause. This is the reality.
Uh, Thank you so much for that wonderful insight, wonderful conversation, helpful tips, valuable lessons that you have shared with us today. I'm going to
Thank
ask you
you.
this, what would be your final word? Nigerians are waiting, Katsina people are listening, African youth are listening. What will be your message to every young, meaning Nigerians and Africans out there?
Wow. This is a very, very good question, actually, because what I can say is looking at the future is just bright. In fact, it's brighter. So for the youths, what I need them to do is that open your minds, explore your potentials, try to be able to understand the emerging trends of the world, engage in there, build something, try to create something that will be of use to you and your own communities. Be patriotic. Try and understand that you have a role as an individual to play for yourself, for your country, and for your communities. And what you need is you just have to explore. I will appreciate Associate Professor Ahmed Adamu as a brain coach. He have taught me a lot on the ways I can be able to harness the potential of my brain. And this gives me the edge to be able to dive into a lot of things, try to understand a lot of things, and make meaningful impact and input in a lot of things. So each and every one of us has their own unique talents and unique ways of doing things. In your own unique way, in your own unique talent, try to harness it, try to make it useful, try to build something that can help you and help your own community. Try to build something that can be able to solve the problems that your own people and your own communities are facing. That will definitely go in a long way towards making Nigeria great again. Nigeria needs young people to actually engage in Nigeria. There are a lot of politics, of course, but forget about the politics. Try to do what is right, because doing the right thing is the first thing. Politics is second thing. The right thing comes first. Politics comes second. I will always say this: do the right thing. And the only way you can be able to do the right thing is try to be able to harness your potential, build your own skills, try to make those skills useful, try to be of use to your own community and to your own people. This is my message to the Nigerian youths and the African youths, in fact, the whole youths watching us right now from everywhere in the world. Thank you, Mr. Michael.
Thank you so much, Mr. Abib Abdulhamid. Thank you so much once again. This is a masterclass on its own. Thank you for giving back to the community. You never can
Thank you.
tell economy, and I'm very sure that is why it's on YouTube. People can actually go over and brood on some of the things you've shared, and I believe they will learn a lot of lessons from it. I hope to host you some other time to actually talk more on blockchain technology, community development, and social work. Thank you so much for your time. And viewers,
Thank you
that will be
so
I want to sincerely appreciate Absat Bindawa. Thank you so much. I want to appreciate Abdul Ahad Musa. I want to appreciate Abubakar Banye. I also want
That's
to
great.
appreciate Ibrahim Aliyu. And those of you that will be watching, wherever you may be watching, please do well to drop a comment and drop a question. I'm going to put the question to our guest, and then I'm going to send the reply in form of a text whenever you may be watching this video. My name is Pashimo Maite Olai, and this is the Growth Code podcast brought to you by Fash Media Concept. Until I come your way next week or subsequently with another topic and another guest, remember you have to learn, and while you are learning, you are going to be able to fulfill your mission and purpose on earth because it is only
Thank
through by
you.
learning life. Thank you so much and have a good day.
You too. Thank you
Yeah,
so much. Everybody, thank you for joining us and see you next time. Don't worry, if you have any question, feel free to send it to Mr. Michael. You can be able to share it with all of us. Thank you so very much, Mr. Michael, for hosting me in this special webinar series. I am truly, truly grateful. Have a wonderful day too.
thank you very much. Yeah, thank you.
Thank
So
you.
I'll see
So we call this a day.
you.
Thank you so much.